Every shadow I passed turned its head to follow me. The town wasn't abandoned. It was waiting for me. One, or whatever I had become. And then I saw her. Eliza. Standing at the edge of the town. No expression, no voice. Just a mirror shard in one hand, blood on the other. She opened her mouth, but didn't speak, only let out a long breath, like she'd been holding it for years. And the whisper said, "You're not the only one who got out." She didn't speak, just stood there, holding that mirror shard like it meant something. Blood ran down her wrist, slow and steady, but she didn't flinch. Eliza? Blood ran down her wrist, slow and steady, but she didn't flinch. "Eliza?" I said, barely a whisper. She looked up. Her eyes were dark, not black, just empty, like the light behind them had gone out. She took one step forward. The ground cracked under her foot. Not ice, not wood. Glass. I looked down. The street wasn't asphalt anymore. It was mirror. A long, endless pane stretching down every road, every alley. And inside it, under the surface, things move. Fast, hungry, watching. "Eliza, what happened to you?" She didn't answer. Instead, she lifted the mirror shard toward her throat and pressed. "No!" I ran, grabbed her hand, stopped the blade just in time. But when I touched her, my mind split. I saw everything. Her trapped in the hollow for days, weeks. Losing time, losing identity. Each room rewriting her memory. Each whisper stealing a piece of her name. By the time she reached the door, there was barely anything left of her. And when it opened, she didn't come through. Not her. Just something that remembered her shape. I let go. I stumbled back. The Eliza in front of me wasn't fully human anymore. But she wasn't the enemy. Not yet. "Why are we here?" I asked. She blinked, then finally spoke. 3 words. Not to me. To the sky. "We're not done." The town changed around us. Shops folded in like paper. Skies bled color. And the air cracked, like it was stitched together wrong. Eliza dropped the mirror shard. It didn't shatter. It sank into the ground. And the things under the glass, they reached for it, then stopped, frozen, like they were afraid. That's when I realized something. They weren't chasing us anymore. They were watching, waiting, because they didn't know what we were now. Something had changed. We weren't prey. Not exactly. We were infected. Maybe worse. Maybe evolving. We left the center of town, walked until the buildings thinned out, until we found the library, an old place. Stone walls, iron doors. Inside, dust, silence, and a single book left on a table. Leather cover, no title. I opened it. Nothing but names, thousands of them, written over and over. And one page with mine, scratched again and again until it tore through the paper. "Eliza," I said, "this isn't a town." She nodded. "This is a memory." "Whose?" She looked at me. and said, "Ours." We camped in the library that night. Didn't sleep, just sat in the candlelight, listening to the town breathe. Because it was breathing, I could hear it. In the walls, in the floor, like it had lungs the size of buildings. Eliza sat across from me, still bleeding, still silent. And then, quietly, she said, "It's trying to forget us." "What if it forgets us?" she whispered. "We vanish, like the others." "No, like we never existed." That hit me harder than anything else, because in that moment, I couldn't remember my parents' faces, couldn't remember the name of my street, or the color of my childhood bedroom. All I had left was this town, this air, this girl across from me with hollow eyes and bleeding hands, and the thing inside me that was no longer whispering. It was humming now, vibrating, growing, learning. We had one choice: go deeper, find the root, rip it out, or let the town forget us entirely. I looked at Eliza. She looked back, nodded once, and said, "Basement." One word, and everything shook. The books flew from the shelves. Candles went out. The floor split. And beneath us, stairs, endless, carved in bone, leading down into silence that didn't wait. It pulled. The stairs didn't end. I don't mean they were long. I mean they didn't end. I counted. For hours. 1,000, 2,000, 3. Guide shoe. Each step colder than the last. Each breath harder to take. The walls we passed changed slowly, like layers of skin. Brick turned to stone. Stone to bone. Bone to something that pulsed. It was alive. It knew we were coming, and it didn't care. Eliza walked ahead of me. She hadn't said a word since we started descending. The mirror shard was gone, but her hand still bled. Not much, just enough to mark every third or fourth step behind us. She didn't limp, didn't hesitate, just kept walking. As if she knew what was down there, and that scared me more than anything else. Eventually, we stopped hearing our footsteps. The sound was being eaten. That's the only way I can describe it. Like something was swallowing the noise as soon as it left our bodies. No echo. No bounce. Just silence with teeth. And then, the stairs ended. No door. No wall. Just a vast open space, blacker than any night I've ever known. I couldn't even see Eliza anymore. Only feel her standing near me. Then, a light blinked on. One small, red light, floating in the dark. Then, another, and another, until there were dozens, hundreds, like eyes, watching, blinking, waiting. Then, they spoke, not out loud, not in my head, but through memory. I smelled my father's cologne. He died when I was 12. I felt my dog's fur against my leg. He'd been gone 10 years. I heard the lullaby my mother used to hum when I had fevers. Voices from my life. Voices I hadn't heard in decades flooded the space around me. All of them asking the same question. Why are you still here? I turned to Eliza. Her face was wet with tears, but she wasn't crying. The tears just leaked, as if whatever was inside her was pushing out the last of what was human. "We have to keep going," she said. Her voice was cracked. "Roll. I don't even know what we're looking for. I said. You will. We walked. Not forward. Down. Down. Again. Somehow, there was another descent. This time, the stairs weren't stone. They were made of names. Hundreds of thousands of names engraved into the steps. Some were scratched out. Others repeated. Some glowed faintly, like they were still being remembered. And others were mine, written again and again. Alex. L-E-X. Scratched in rage, in panic, in blood. Eliza, I whispered. I think I've been here before. She nodded. So have I. Then we reached the bottom. A chamber. Round. Diet. Empty. Mediterranean. With a single chair in the center. Old wood. Leather. Straps. Bloodstains. And carved into the floor around it, in a spiral, was one word. Over and over and over. Forget. 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 Eliza, what is this place? This is where they erase you, she said. Erase who? Everyone who tried to escape. I stepped closer to the chair, felt something behind my eyes twitch. Not pain. Not exactly. Just pressure. And in that moment, I remembered something I was never supposed to remember. I had been here. I had sat in that chair. I had screamed, begged, and then no one seemed to. Nothing. A hole. A gap in my life. A void. Like someone tore a page from the book of who I was. And now, it's growing back. The memory, the feeling, everything the hollow had tried to burn, it was rebuilding itself. Because I wasn't alone anymore. Eliza put a hand on my shoulder. Her skin was ice, but her grip was strong. She pointed to the wall, and I saw the first word the hollow had ever stolen from me. Truth. That's when I knew. The hollow doesn't just feed on fear. It feeds on denial. It buries things that hurt too much to face. It erases guilt, shame, anger, and it makes you think you're free. But you're not. You're just hollow. Just like it. We destroy this, I said. Eliza shook her head. We can't. Then what? We take it with us. I didn't understand. Not fully, but I followed her anyway. Together, we approached the chair. And for the first time since I entered this nightmare, I sat down willingly. The straps didn't move. No ghosts screamed. No lights blinked. Only silence. And for the first time, it felt clean. Because I remembered who I was. All of it. The good. The ugly. The parts I buried. The screams. The guilt. The cowardice. But also the fight. The part of me that got back up. That found Eliza. That kept walking when the world said I was already gone. The room shook. Not from fear. From release. The names on the stairs burned bright. The walls cracked. And the whisper turned into a roar. Not of pain. Of surrender. The hollow was breaking. We weren't just surviving anymore. We were undoing it. We ran. Back up. The stairs folded in behind us. The lights burst one by one. The red eyes shut. And as we climbed out, we saw the town above us melting. Windows collapsed. Doors dissolved. Skies bent in half. And above all of it, if that story found a place in your mind, imagine what the next one will do.